Yo, it's the kid, 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 it's the kid. We have a great, superb hangout ready for you. Please, can you just turn off your background noises because I think I'm hearing myself in the background. We have a great thing for you. So this is going to be this about destiny. So the theme of this hangout is destiny, and by that I mean the biggest game in the last 30 years of football. Chelsea versus Wolves is one of the biggest games of all time. I checked the numbers. A minimum of 3.75 billion people will be viewing in to watch that game. It is a huge, massive game. It's bigger than a lot of World Cup finals. Let me land easy. It's what's happening here? So it is bigger than a lot of World Cup final games. It is absolutely huge. It's huge. But before we get there, we are having construction of a wing. And this wing is being built for a dude called Perrin or whatever the hell his name is. I am preparing myself for the worst. I am preparing myself for the worst possible news you could give to me. The worst possible news. And that is the prodigy, the World Cup winner, the teenage sensation, the future of football is going to be injured and missing from the Champions League, leaving that clown Neymar to fend for himself, as it should be. But that is where I'm bringing for, because he was, of course, injured in it. Now, shout out to your boy Martin Rosario, Football Hot member, and Useless Mod, who sent me a message on Instagram saying that it's 18 days till they say what's up to Atalanta. And the injury apparently is an ankle sprain that's going to take about 10 days. So let's kick things off with this question, because we don't know, because I'm just assuming that he's going to miss it. So let's start off first with Samuel. Yes, they've got Neymar, they've got Di Maria, they've got Icardi, I think they've got a whole lot of names. If Mbappe is in fact injured for PSG, does that totally remove any hopes of PSG winning the CL, Samuel?
No. What I would say is that, first of all, I'm looking at PSG now. I'm thinking they must have some juju on them that they're getting injury in the most important times of the year. Like how many times it happened to Neymar, now it's happened to Mbappe. But if Mbappe actually does not play the Champions League because of his injury, I would say this: PSG have a good enough squad to compete. Neymar has a good enough squad to work with, because what the difference I'm seeing with PSG right now is that they're having a more of a balanced squad, more especially with the midfielders. With, what was his name again? Gay. That's it, from Everton. It's really brought a lot of balance to the squad. I feel like they're working as a team. They're not just relying on one player. And I feel this might be a blessing in disguise, where yes, you got Neymar. However, they're not going to rely only on Neymar. They're going to rely on the team as well. Di Maria can come up clutch. Icardi can come up clutch. You never know. Your man Verratti might hold down the midfield.
Well, apparently they say that he's out. Verratti is out versus Atalanta. That's
he's out as well. Oh my! What? However, I would say this. They do have a good enough squad from the past seasons that I've seen them to actually get them through. Now, if they lose against Atlanta, we have a problem, because they shouldn't be losing against Atalanta, whatever their name is. But as I said, I always keep this. Yes, having Mbappe's injury is a big miss. However, it's their team as a whole and the balance of the team can still carry them through.
So you still believe that they can actually still win the competition without Mbappe?
I still think so. I feel like they still have a strong enough team to win the competition.
Okay. Aden Abadi, what about you? can they win the competition without the prodigy Mbappe, PSG?
Yeah, I actually think they can, because they still have a lot of depth in the squad, a lot of quality players, but I still think that they have the bottle job mentality inside of them, and like I think it has to do with the type of team that they have been playing as well. I think the teams that they have been playing in the Farmers League, as I say, um, it's not. It won't get them up to speed in terms of the quality in the Champions League, and I think they could possibly win it. Yeah, I think, but I'm pretty sure Bayern Munich will win it. If I'm being wrong. Yeah.
Oh, but you still think that without Mbappe, they can go all the way and win the whole competition? So you don't think that they need Mbappe to win it?
No, they got Neymar and Cardi. Yeah, I think that's enough at the moment.
Okay.
You know?
Wait, can I just quickly say something? Because I was reading the comments and apparently Di Maria is
that's what I have to say.
suspended.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering, so Di Maria. So Verratti's out. Di Maria is suspended. But this is my thing. Yes, they've done supremely well. If you can't beat Atalanta,
That's what I'm saying.
debutant
Exactly.
with Neymar, with Icardi, Cavani, all these dudes, then there's something wrong with you. All right, Jamal, can they do it without Mbappe?
HH, are you using Juju on PSG?
I haven't yet. No, I'm not. They use Juju on themselves.
Okay, I'm just wondering because PSG have a lot of money and they can find you. The hex have to be real, guys. I can't believe this is happening to PSG. So PSG are gonna face Atalanta without Mbappe, Verratti, and Di Maria. And guys, also no Cavani because Cavani has not signed his new contract. I mean, no, sorry, not Icardi, Cavani.
No,
Guys,
Cardi
this
will be
not.
starting.
Well, yeah, but I will still, to me, I still feel Cavani is a better striker than Icardi. But yeah, guys, this is not looking good for PSG. It's not. It's the wrong team to play because Atalanta. I know they bricked it up yesterday by drawing with Milan, but guys, I feel PSG might be out because now all Atalanta know is they just have to be tight to Neymar. There's nobody to run into space. Because also, if Di Maria is old, he still got pace, and Di Maria's not even gonna be there. So who they gonna play? Draxler? Do Draxler still play football? Was the last time Draxler played? So guys, I think PSG. It's looking peak, man. I won't lie, it's looking peak.
Okay. LB, what about you? Do you think that they can do it without Mbappe?
Look, long story short, I think they can do it without Mbappe. He's going to be an enormous loss. But the good thing about PSG is they haven't become over reliant on Mbappe or Neymar or any other player. So they've obviously got a very good squad, a very expensive squad, and as I said, they're going to miss him dearly.
They're not reliant on the prodigy.
I don't think they're reliant on him. No, I think that they've got a number of other good players. Neymar, Icardi this season, but I'm not saying that they're going to miss him. But still, they have other players who should be able to cover Mbappe, in my opinion, especially against Atalanta, with all due respect. But as the tournament goes on, if they were to progress and go to the next stage, they're certainly going to need Mbappe. Because I think if they win, who do they play again? I think they play
Either
Atletico Madrid
or Leipzig.
Yeah, so most likely Atletico Madrid. So they're going to need their best squad against Atletico Madrid. So I think they should be able to cover Mbappe for this game, but for the next few games, if they make it to the next round, they're going to need him. So, yeah, that's just my 2 cents.
Okay. I am ham. No Mbappe. Does this mean that PSG are screwed? Can they still win it?
Not really. Oh, wait, yeah. Cause hello.
Yes, we can hear you. I'm ham. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Atalanta is definitely was gonna go through anyway because I think their team has a better chemistry, and I think they have good players in their team that can do a lot of damage. While PSG, I think, with Mbappe gone, have lost
Wait,
any
easy. So wait, relax.
I think
So are you telling me that Atalanta are going to knock out PSG in the quarterfinals? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
yeah. Atlanta's going to the final.
Final.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Gracious me.
This guy.
I've told you.
Whoa,
Trolling.
chill out, bro.
It's
Chill out,
too
bro.
early for
Italian
we, guys.
final.
It's too early, man. It's
Wait,
too
wait,
Juve.
Hammer, are you trolling? Are you lying? Wait.
too early.
Here we go.
Read, man.
Wait,
It's too early.
okay. Hammer, explain yourself. What the hell did you just what the hell just came out of your mouth?
Ilicic. Do you know how good this player is? These players are just gonna do a madness, I'm telling you. They've already started against Valencia. They showed us that they aren't here to play. They're just gonna keep on scoring. And for PSG, I think maybe if they still had like Thiago Silva in his prime, like maybe they could hold out like 2 goals, maybe like to 1 goal. But this defense right now is just gonna leak goals to Atlanta. And Atlanta, I think they can do a job on Neymar if they really like get physical and in his face. I think they can do a job on him.
So basically, what's you're saying? So you're saying to me that with or without Mbappe, Atalanta will still beat PSG.
Yeah. With Mbappe, maybe they score like 2 goals, maybe 3. But I think Atlanta can score 4 goals easy against this defense. So with Mbappe, that's like 3 goals, 2 goals maybe. With no Mbappe, I think 1 goal max, a penalty. That's all.
Okay. Wilton C, man. Mbappe. No Mbappe doesn't mean that these guys are screwed. Wilton C.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go for it.
Yeah. I think it's a bad loss for them, but at the end of the day, they still got the likes of Neymar, Icardi, and Sarabia. Like, yeah, losing on Mbappe is gonna lose you like goal scoring abilities, but I do think this injury might make PSG a little bit more cautious now. Cause what PSG always been, yeah, they could score a lot of goals, but what they've mostly been good at is in the midfield. Like, their midfield is really good at detecting the tempo of the game and slow down the game, pass the ball to the forwards that can score goals. But I do think this injury is gonna might make PSG more cautious now, because now they know they don't have the likes of Mbappe to make those runs and stuff like that. Because Icardi is not really that type of player. He's a poacher. So I do think it's gonna make them more cautious. And Neymar is gonna have to step up now. Now we're really gonna see what Neymar is all about. But I don't think it's over. But I do think they need Mbappe. If they do go to the Champions League final, whoever the team they go against, I do think they're gonna need Mbappe, because I don't trust Neymar, man. Neymar, I just don't trust Neymar. But that's my 2 cents on it.
So, okay, so just to clarify, they will or they won't win the CL with or without Mbappe.
I don't think they win CL without Mbappe. I just think tactically make them better. Don't get me wrong.
So you don't believe in the GOAT Neymar?
I can't trust Neymar. Neymar been a flop ever since he's been to PSG. Yes, he's injured, but at the end of the day, it's facts. It's just facts. Even though you've been hurt, you've been a flop there, man. It's been Mbappe let's be real. Mbappe been the best player for PSG ever since Neymar got there. Mbappe been that guy. Even though he choked against Man United, he's been that guy. Where was Neymar at? He was crying up with the referee on the sideline. We haven't seen Neymar at all, except against Borussia Dortmund. Prove me wrong, Neymar, but I do think they're gonna get Mbappe in the final if they want to win this Champions League.
Okay. Let me just hit this super chat from your boy Nitsua A, who says Atalanta in the final is possible. Look at Spurs. Spurs use literal juju, and that happens once every millennium. So don't assume that will happen yet again. And also, Tottenham had perennial chokers, Man City and Ajax back to back. Atletico are not as much chokers as Man City or Ajax were. Sean, no Mbappe, can these would still say what's up?
Yeah, well, considering Neymar has been the focal point of the team since he joined PSG, of course they can. And the way Atalanta line up, obviously they're going to be very offensive, and then they leak in goals. Even against Valencia, they're leaking in goals. And PSG's attack is far more potent than Valencia's ever was, even without Mbappe. And just to say what Vilton said, saying that Mbappe has been their best player. I mean, not even close. Neymar has been their best player from a creative perspective and a goal scoring perspective. He has been. He has been. Whether you like it or not, he has been.
What has he done?
And Mbappe is he's a brilliant player. He's a brilliant goal scorer. He's very good on the counter. But Neymar does far more throughout each game for PSG.
Really?
And Mbappe was the one that flopped against United, by the way. And Neymar was on the sideline because of an injury. And if Mbappe was that guy, he would have done so against United. So, anyways, back to the main point. Against Atalanta, can they win without Mbappe? So Mbappe won't be there because it's a 10 to 15 day injury. Of course they can win. I feel like they should do a 4-2-3-1, have Idrissa Gana Gueye and Sarabia behind Neymar, and then have Draxler on one side, and then maybe Cavani and Icardi, maybe one of them on the right, or maybe do a 4-2-2-2 and do something like that. Have Neymar on the left, and then have Cavani and Icardi play up top together. And I think offensively they'll get past Atalanta. The main test is obviously going to be against Atletico Madrid if Atletico beat Leipzig, which they most likely will because no Werner.
So, Sean, you're already assuming that PSG will dispose of Atalanta, that they won't be any threat.
I'm going on the assumption of what most people think is going to happen. Now, obviously, it's a one-off game. Atalanta they can score a lot of goals, and if Neymar isn't on his A game, they could lose. But as an overall squad, PSG they're superior. They're a far superior team to Atalanta, whether you like it or not. I mean, Atalanta are third in.
Wait, Sean, weren't they superior to them when they got bounced out by Boychester Divided?
Yeah, but okay, what were Atalanta doing last year? They weren't even in the Champions League. So by default, PSG were still better. So if you want to go on the basis of this season, yeah, Atalanta have been great and possibly better than what PSG were last year, but that's not the case. PSG just beat a Dortmund side this year. PSG won. They just won the French Cup. Obviously, you don't use that as a relevant trophy, but the fact is they have more silverware than Atalanta. They have more points than Atalanta. They have more goals scored, I believe, at least a higher goal difference than Atalanta. They concede less goals than Atalanta, and they have far more talented players overall than Atalanta. Give credit to Ilicic, I forgot how to pronounce his name, and then Papu Gomez, who's brilliant for. Yeah, I think he should be called.
You can't use Uber Eats as a
right, but you're going to use Serie A some sort of barometer here, as if it's that much better. Is it that much better than the French league? Is it though? I mean, look what Lyon did to Juventus. I mean, that's another glittering example of maybe that's not the case. Obviously, it's hard to compare leagues. But I'm tired of this notion that Mbappe is better than Neymar, because he's not. Neymar is a top 3 player.
Neymar is better, but Mbappe is the better player. Neymar has
dude, Mbappe is
easy.
Listen, I let you talk, dude. But the point is what Neymar provides to a team. He can play on the left. He can play centrally. He can create. He is one of the most skillful players we've ever seen. On top of that, he's scoring nearly a goal per game in his career for PSG. He's creating more chances than most top midfielders. And Mbappe is an amazing player. Take nothing away. But he cannot play Neymar's role. And Neymar can do far more on the field. And I think if you watch PSG play, he does that. He does that far more frequently. And the reason why Neymar is, quote unquote, a flop in your mind is because of injuries that you can't control as a footballer. It happens. Mbappe just got injured. Does that make him a flop? No, it doesn't. So with your own logic, Mbappe is a flop this season. So you can't just use that. It goes both ways, dude. So yeah,
Mbappe doesn't get injured.
Easy. Okay, Sean, just round off your points. We can move. Round off your point.
Yeah, I think just based on the talent they have, I do believe PSG are going to get past Atalanta. Although I hope Atalanta win, but I think PSG will beat them, and I think it'll be an Atletico PSG semifinal. And I think Mbappe needs to be remotely healthy for PSG to have a chance to break down Atleti.
Okay, so before I come to Mr. Storch, so your boy just best is a Perrin injured Neymar's little bro Kylian. Rest in peace, Atalanta. And Bestin, if your culture, if your surrogate father doesn't show up against Atalanta, I am going to judge him. Okay, now he's by himself. I'm going to fully 100% to judge him. Storch, no Mbappe, and PSG still live.
Praise God. I've been happy. Actually, obviously, I don't wish any injury on any player, but Mbappe is to even be compared to Neymar is an insult to football. It's an insult to sport, and it's an insult to athletics. This guy is sort of a French, much improved Theo Walcott, another knock and run
Easy,
player.
easy, relax,
I mean,
relax.
listen, do not.
Chill out,
When it
chill
comes
out,
to
bro.
football, when it comes to football,
Storch, relax.
it's an
Relax.
insult. I agree with
No,
Sean.
Storch, that is being disrespectful. Storch, relax and chill. Okay, that
Bro,
is being that is ridiculous. Are you
You
sick?
know what's ridiculous? People, no, it's as ridiculous as people that say
Are you out of
Mbappe
your
is a
mind?
better footballer than Neymar. It's almost as ridiculous. What is he better at? He's not a better dribbler. He's not a better shooter. He's not a better finisher. The reason why I'm glad is what I've noticed about Mbappe is he's trying to be something he's not. Stick to your pace. Stick into running behind. Stop trying to do useless dribbles because you're not that good at dribbles. Just knock the ball, run, get in through balls, and try a finish. Lately, he's become very wasteful when it comes to chances. And I think actually this is good because Neymar's going to prove that he is numero uno. Obviously, the only thing I disagree with Sean is Neymar is not the third best player in the world. He's the best player in the world. He's the best player in the world. Not number two. Not number two.
So, Storch, let me be clear. Storch, let me be clear here. So, Storch, you're telling me that in the year of our Lord 2020, Neymar is better than Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, easily.
You know what's funny is I agree. He is better than Messi currently. Just based off of Messi's 33. Like this is natural. Like Neymar is better at the moment.
I would say he's the second best player. I'd say
Neymar is the best at the moment, and then Messi's right behind second. So. And then that can change based on production. We'll see what happens.
Okay. So sorry. Before I go to Jamal, you need to turn down your background noise because we're getting echo from you. So Jamal, turn down your background noise. Echo is coming from you. All right, Stodge.
Okay.
Yeah, as I was saying, Neymar is an incredible player. I think he's gonna fill the void of Mbappe. He's not just gonna fill it. He's gonna prove that he's the best player in the world. He's gonna absolutely destroy Atalanta. I think Atalanta have to be the most overrated team in the world. I've watched these guys the last two games. They drew against AC Milan, which they should have lost. AC Milan were the much better team. And the game before that, they got lucky again. They got a draw against, I don't remember the team, but they weren't playing that well. So they're kind of fluky. They've got a very leaky defense. I've seen what Man City did against them. And I would say PSG is currently a better team than Man City. And I've seen Man City absolutely destroy Atalanta, made Atalanta look like a championship team. I don't buy into the hype. I've seen Valencia score a bunch of goals against them. Obviously, Valencia had a lot of injuries and they've got a very poor defense. So why is Atalanta getting all this hype? I don't see the hype. I think this is going to be an easy task for Neymar.
They are more match fit.
We're going to get Di Maria back. And we're going to get Verratti back after that.
So wait, Storch, let me ask you one thing. If Atalanta knock out PSG, what will you say in response?
I'm going to blame the coach.
Oh my God.
Tuchel.
So okay, so there's no scenario that you will blame Neymar if PSG knockouts, if Atalanta knockouts PSG.
Someone with a penalty.
The thing with Neymar is I know Neymar's going to perform, so I can't blame him. How can you blame Neymar? Number one player in the world. It's obviously Tuchel's fault.
Everybody blame Messi when they lost to us 4-0.
Valverde got sacked. Messi didn't get. They didn't sell Messi. They sacked Valverde. So it's the same thing.
People were getting onto Messi. So what do you think that Neymar is not going to be exempt from any criticism if they lose to Atlanta? If he's the main guy.
Firstly, that's unlikely. But even if they do, I know Neymar's going to perform. It's going to be because of Tuchel's tactics. He's not that good of a manager. Neymar has to carry this entire team. He has to carry, Mbappe. Obviously, he has to carry Tuchel, Verratti, another average midfielder. He has to carry all these players, and he's going to do it. He's going to win the Champions League.
Average.
Dude, he's not carrying them. They're a very balanced.
Okay, let's move on to Red Devil. So Red Devil, no Mbappe. Can PSG still survive without having Mbappe in the CL? Can they still win the CL without Mbappe?
Well, I think first of all, looking at the injury, from what I can see, there's no, well, from what we know, there's no bone injuries, there's no fractures, and there's no ligament damage. So it just seems to be just a sprain. So that is
Whoa. Red Devil, is there something happening in the background? I'm hearing some noise from the background.
let me see. Just 2 seconds.
Yeah, man, I'm hearing some noise in the background from you, man.
Sorry.
All right.
Can you? Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
So like I was saying, there's no bony injury and there's no ligament damage, so it just looks like it's a sprain. So I'd expect that at least, while he might not be fit to play against Atalanta, he might be able to sort of take part in the Champions League at some latter point, maybe if they get to the semi-final, possibly the final, etc. So that's the good news. I think he should. We'll see what happens, but he should play some role in the Champions League sort of going down the line. So because it looks like he's avoided like a major ligament tear or like a fracture. But if we're talking about the imminent game, which is against Atalanta, I actually agree partially with what Sean and Studge have said. The only reason why I've given Atalanta, in my opinion, like potentially an edge, just goes down purely to fitness. It just goes down purely to the fact that like PSG have basically just started playing, was it last week or so in these games. And obviously Atalanta, they've started playing, resumed back in like, well, it was beginning of May. Beginning of May it was, so they've got an additional 2 months or so of fitness to get back up to competitive football. And so on a one-off game, if you've got one team, yes, I know PSG have more talent, more quality, but Atalanta have built themselves up to a natural competitive fitness. And on a one-off game, that could potentially take them over the road. But objectively, PSG should still get this, with or without.
But let me. PSG can't use that as an excuse. Please, let me be clear. They cannot use that fitness thing as an excuse.
Yeah, I mean, it's just being objective. Like at the end of the day, like no matter how talented like you are, like if someone is like, it's like you don't go to a gym for like 3 months versus one. Like there'd be obviously one person that can build muscle better. But at the end of the day, like if you haven't been for 3 months or 1 month, like you're just not going to be a person who does. It's just simple as that. It's just simple biology, So that's just what it is. But at the same time, PSG obviously do have the talented players, and I agree in that like they still have a strong enough squad to be. I mean, okay, I said that last year when they played against Manchester United. That is probably on Tuchel and not necessarily the players per se, because the way that Tuchel set up, the way that he made substitutions, etc., I think played into Manchester United's hands. But Neymar wasn't playing last year. Neymar is arguably one of the best players in the world. Like, if Neymar cannot overcome his Atalanta side, then serious questions have to be. That's where I disagree. If Neymar doesn't come out against Atalanta side, then I don't see how this can only solely be on Thomas Tuchel, the manager. Like, there has to be serious questions asked about Neymar. Because for all intents and purposes, he, as well as Verratti, another PSG player, should be able to see off this Atalanta side. That's my opinion, really. So
Verratti isn't playing. I don't.
Okay,
think.
so
is Verratti not playing?
Di Maria too.
Yeah, Di Maria, Verratti.
No. So my question is: do you think that without Mbappe they can win the Champions League? Fitness or no fitness, without Mbappe, can they win it, or do they need Mbappe to win the Champions League?
Well, I mean, these guys, people just said that now there's no Verratti, there's no Di Maria, etc. So, and then there's no Mbappe. So that does change things in a way, because then if you're an opposition team, if there's no Mbappe, there's no Neymar, there's no Verratti, and all I have to do is just put 2 or 3 defenders on Neymar to get him out of the game, then suddenly, it gets a bit more complicated. I still think PSG will get through. Where's the echo coming from? I still think PSG will come through, but it's going to be difficult.
Okay.
Will they win the Champions League? No, they're not going to win the Champions League.
Thank you, bro.
Okay, so look, let's now move on to the main pie right now. As I said again, Sunday we have a colossal match, one of the biggest games of all time. Chelsea against Wolves. A massive, huge game. Biggest fixture of the domestic league season. And things are getting very, very tight indeed in the Premier League. Now, let me be real. Chelsea should never have been in this position. Because if Chelsea had just beaten Wolves once, just once, all they had to do was just beat Wolves once, they would not have had to be in this position. But here we are. Chelsea have to deal with a rookie. They have to deal with a rookie, and that's just what we have to contend with. So as you can see here, so we have it: United 63 points,
Fair
Chelsea
play.
63 points, Leicester City 62 points. Very, very tight in it. So all Chelsea need is a draw. All they need is a point, and they can go through against Wolves. So it's very simple here. I'm not going to give a prediction because I'm currently working on some juju and witchcraft, which means I can't give a prediction. So this is up for you kids right now to give a prediction. So converse to Samuel, Chelsea Wolves, how do you see the game going? What do you think the score will be?
Do you know what? From the bringing the two contexts into it, so what Chelsea are fighting for and what Wolves are fighting for. Wolves are actually fighting for another Europa League place, where you can see Tottenham is actually 1 point behind them. Wait, does Seven get for Europa League?
Wait. So is Europa League 6, 7, 8, or is Europa League 6 and 7? No. Europa League is 5, 6, 7, or 5 and 6.
Europa League is 5th and 6th, but the thing is, because Arsenal are in the FA Cup, if Arsenal win the FA Cup, then 7th is not a Europa League spot. Under normal circumstances, it would, because one of the top 4 teams to win the FA Cup or EFL. So basically, the reason why Wolves are in danger is if Arsenal do beat Chelsea in the final, they will get the final Europa League spot, and 7th will miss out.
Okay.
Right.
That makes sense. So I'm saying this, that I don't think Wolves will be relying on anybody else. It's very dangerous to rely on anyone else. So they have to do the job themselves. So really and truly, Chelsea only do need a point. So I feel like it's going to be a 2-2 draw. I think Giroud is going to score, and Pulisic will score. He has to play Pulisic. I don't know why he left him out the Liverpool game. that baffles me. And Wolves, I think Jimenez and Traore will score. So I'll say 2-2. However, since you guys have had that sponsor free on your shirt, you've been letting in 3 goals or conceding or scoring 3 goals. So something in my mind is telling me there's gonna be a free in that scoreline. But do you know what? I'm going to allow you guys, and I say it's 2-2. Obviously, Chelsea only need a point to get Champions League, so you'll be fine.
Samuel, let us pray to the Lord that you're right. Let's pray to the Lord that you're right. I beg you, please. Adam Abdi, how do you say the game going? Chelsea Wolves?
At this moment in time, I really don't know. It depends on what type of Chelsea turn up. Is it the Chelsea that has deficiency as the back, or is it a Chelsea that's going to be very controlled in the midfield and then try to finish their chances? But at this moment in time, if I'm being real, I don't see us winning. I think it might be lost here, because when we're against teams that are very, very defensive and that are good at set pieces, then it's a loss for us. But you never know at the end of it. So right now, I'm predicting probably 1-0 loss at the moment, and then they're just gonna park the bus at the end, really. But I think the main problem with the Chelsea team is the defensive tactics that Lampard sets up. Right, there was so many times.
So do you blame Lampard for the defensive, or do you blame the defenders instead?
I blame Lampard for that, because if you look at Sheffield United don't have a better back four than us, but they defend better than us. It's because they got a manager that sets up the defense properly, right? But with Lampard, I don't think he's not experienced enough to set that up yet. But at this moment in time, I think there's so many examples of defensive deficiencies. What is Kante doing marking Van Dijk? What is Kovacic mark at front post? That makes no sense. It's better to have no one there than Kovacic and Kante there, But if we defend poorly, it's going to be a big loss tomorrow.
So you're saying a 1-0 loss?
I'm a Chelsea fan myself, but against these type of teams, I'm not really confident.
Oh, bro, if it's a 1-0 loss, better hope and pray United actually do their bidding, man. Better hope and pray.
Yeah.
Jamal, Chelsea Wolves, man. How do you see this going, man?
Yeah. First thing, tell Lampard have some respect the next time he comes to Anfield. You don't come to Anfield and get on some
Oh,
disrespectful stuff.
Jamal, we've left there. We've left there. Okay, chill, relax. We've lifted the trophy and so forth. We've left there now. Please carry on. What the heck?
Yeah. So I have a vision. It's it. You're not gonna like it. Right now, I am seeing tomorrow, and I'm seeing you're gonna be holding your head and crying. I think Chelsea is gonna lose 2-1 tomorrow against Wolves, and it's gonna be Adama Traore against Marcos Alonso. If I see Adama Traore against Marcos Alonso, it's only gonna be one winner. He's gonna score a brace, and Chelsea's gonna lose. And Leicester and Manchester United will draw, and you will be out of the Champions League. And Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, and Hakim Ziyech will be playing Astana United in the Europa League. Going to
Jamal, relax. Jamal, relax. I think, you know what, Jamal, you've been extremely rude, man. But I think you've stepped over the mark right there. Like, Ziyech and Werner, they are both for Champions League. So Jamal, please, can you please? I'm going to give you one last chance. Can you please take that back? Can you just say, I apologize and I'm sorry, and I take that back. Jamal, I want you to say that I take back what I recently said, please. Can you say that, please, Jamal?
Astana United.
Jamal, no, Jamal. I don't think you hear what I said. Maybe the connection isn't very good. I said, take back what you just said about Astana United. Say that Ziyech and Werner are coming to play Champions League football. Can you please say this, please? Thank you.
Ziyech and Werner are coming to play Champions League football.
Thank you.
Happy?
Champions League football. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let me just get this one from Mr. Just Best. Says that Martial Elf FC will be a bigger fan base than City and CFC. How is that possible when we've hardly seen Martial do anything in the Champions League? Just Bestin, let Martial say what's up in the CL first before he even begins to have a fan base. Okay, relax, chill, and let Martial end his stripes first. LB, Chelsea Bulls, what happens, man?
I think that you guys should be all right to at least salvage a draw. You just need a point. I know you guys have, when I say you guys, Chelsea, I know Chelsea have recently come off a loss against Liverpool, but you guys should be okay. 1 point, secure a Champions League spot for next season. But saying that, you're gonna have to be mindful of Wolves as well. They're obviously wanting to push for a spot in the UCL as well, and they've been obviously the team that have done really well this season that has surprised everyone. So I think Lampard should sort of rally the troops and get them ready for one last stint, one last game, put in all their efforts to at least get a draw. It'd be great if you guys won, but at least get a draw so you can play Champions League.
Score. What's the score? Give me a score. Give me a score.
2-2.
Okay, well, that's good. Let's hope it's 2-2. Okay, I'm Ham. You are on a roll with saying some shocking things. So I'm Ham. Think long and very hard before you speak. Okay, take a deep breath and think long and hard before you speak. Now, Chelsea Wolves, how does this game go? Give me a scoreline.
HH, I actually wanted Chelsea to get into the top four.
My name is HH, okay?
Yeah,
Give me
I wanted you guys to get into the top four, okay? But I know you said you're reading up on Naruto. Do you know what a Bijutama is?
Don't spoil it for me. I'm still reading. I'm only on volume 7, bro.
I know. Okay, it's not spoiling anything, but basically, a Bijutama is one of the most powerful attacks in the entire series. And that's what you guys are facing tomorrow. This is a guy that has already ripped City twice in one season. He's already done it.
So
That's what you guys are coming up against tomorrow.
I'm not liking where you're going with this story. So what are you trying to say?
I think you guys are going to take that L tomorrow.
Oh, God.
I think you're taking that L.
What's scoreline? Give me a score.
I don't even know what you guys have to pray for United to save you, because nah, maybe 2-1. 2-1, yeah. I'll say 2-1.
So you're saying Chelsea are going to lose at the bridge. So you're going to say that Lampard is going to put his team out to lose 2-1 to Wolves.
He's a rookie. He's a rookie facing off against a mythical creature, okay? This guy, I don't know what the hell, push-ups and sit-ups. Turn that guy into a Hulk, okay? So, like,
Apparently
I think he's just going to destroy it. Yeah,
Okay,
apparently it doesn't work out. Push-ups and
That's the
sit-ups.
lie. He uses weight.
No, as I was saying again, I just pray that you're wrong. I just pray you're wrong, bro. I pray you're wrong. Vilton C, give me a score. Chelsea Wolves. What's happening? What's happening?
First half is gonna be 1-0 Wolf. Then Brendan Rodgers gonna go to the old gunner locker room and say, "Let's just get a draw and take Chelsea out the Champions League." Then second half is gonna be 2-0. I think Wolves gonna beat Chelsea 2-0. Unless it's Kent is gonna be playing double H. It's Kent is gonna be playing because Jorginho is suspect, man. He's suspect. It looks like he's only good at taking penalty for you guys. Because that game against Liverpool, I didn't even know he was on the field, man. Like. And Kepa's gonna have to come big for you guys, man. He can't play like a brick. You better pray you better pray Kepa has a legendary moment. This is the turnaround game for Kepa. And that back I just don't. Is Aspirations gonna be playing? Is he gonna be playing as a left back this game or right back this game? Because it's like Lampard doesn't know what's Chelsea defenders yet. He doesn't know what defenders use.
My friend, give me a scoreline. My friend, give me a scoreline, man.
2-0 Wolf. 2-0 Wolf.
What? Okay, no, move. Okay, Sean, give me a scoreline. Chelsea Wolves.
Disrespect. I don't know why you're so concerned about this game when it's going to be irrelevant, considering United are going to beat Leicester. So,
Sean, I don't give a damn. We are focusing on this game because I will still hold Lampard responsible if he takes an L in the final game of the season.
Right. So, okay. So tactically, what they have to do is, I would say, do a 4-2-3-1. I think that would be, and have Pulisic on the left, and you have Giroud up top. And you have to start Pulisic this game because you didn't last game, and I mean it was bad. And people are saying Wolves are going to shut them out. I mean, if Chelsea can put 3 up on Liverpool, arguably the best defensive team in the league, arguably, then why can't they put up multiple goals against Wolves?
We are strong.
I know Wolves are really potent going forward, but Chelsea are equally as potent going forward. They really are, and it's going to be who dominates the midfield. What's going to happen in this particular game? But in terms of a scoreline, I think it'll be a draw. And I actually have one gripe with this whole setup. I don't know if you agree with this or not. I'm a little disappointed that all of the games are on at the same time. Wouldn't you wish that either or, like say for example, Chelsea Wolves was on prior to United?
No.
Because
that's what they do. Because what you want to happen is where this game is relevant because of the results of the previous game. So why even play?
Right.
Because things now matter, which is what they always do for the final game in a World Cup is play at the very same time. So that means you will always be competitive.
Right, but from a consumer perspective, I mean, it's kind of hard to watch all of that content at once. And not everybody has access to a laptop, an iPad, and a TV, right? Everybody has that kind of access. So you have to pick and choose which games. I think that's kind of a random tangent, but that's just kind of an annoyance for me. I would rather watch. I understand the psychological aspect. Like, it could be a meaningless game if obviously United beat Leicester prior, then obviously Chelsea don't have to go for the win at all. But yeah, for a result, for a scoreline, because you just want a brief scoreline, I'm going to say 2-2. Pulisic a goal and an assist. Giroud gets a goal, and then I'm going to say Traore gets one, and then and then maybe Jimenez gets one as well. So I'll do a draw result.
So just to be clear, we have gone through. We have 2 people left, and not a single person has predicted a Chelsea win. Very well. Very worrying.
Well, I mean, you're so
Wilson,
suspect
I didn't
defensively, and you have Kepa.
Wilson, no, shush. Wilson, I didn't crack a joke. All I'm saying is we have two clowns left, and none of you clowns have predicted a Chelsea win. Very telling.
Do not cancel the
Storge,
hangout.
what's going to happen in this game? Storge, all I can see is a bed cage on your avatar, but you're not talking. Okay, Storge, when you respond to your bed cage with a voice, get back to me. Red Devil Studio, scoreline in this game, Chelsea Wolves.
Well, in typical fashion, I did some simulations in FIFA this afternoon.
Oh.
Here we go.
Do these simulations even work?
It's true. They predicted last time United lost, and that's what happened, isn't it? Even though I tried it 3 times, all 3 simulations.
Okay. What did the simulation show you, man? Give me the simulation. What did it show? What did it show you?
So I did 2 simulations actually. The strongest team for Chelsea versus Wolves, and the strongest formation in like a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, and that versus Wolves in their strongest formation, and that predicted a Chelsea victory 1-0 with Olivier Giroud to score the goal. The second simulation, however, was in the formation that Chelsea have been playing, and with Pulisic on the bench, so Pulisic can still coming on. That was also, and that ended in 0-0 between Wolves and Chelsea. So depending on obviously what Lampard goes, if he goes in with full strong side with like a decent formation, 4-2-3 and a 4-3-3, FIFA says that Chelsea should basically win the game 1-0. If he does what he's doing in recent games, like against United and like against Liverpool, 0-0 at best. So basically, FIFA is basically saying they don't seem to see Chelsea losing. Either they'll get a draw or they'll get the win. So Chelsea should be fine.
But what do you personally think the scoreline will be? You personally?
I mean, to be honest, after what happened last week, I don't actually go against FIFA, so I'm going to stick with it. And I think I'll probably go with draw, only because I think Lampard's going to change his system. So if he's going to play the same way, and this whole idea of like putting Pulisic on the bench because he prefers Mason Mount, he's concerned about the defense of playing 3 at the back.
I dare him to start Mason Mount in this game. I dare Lampard to start Mason Mount. I tripled Frank, you bald-headed prick. If you start Mason Mount in this game, I swear to you, carry on.
He has the English bias, doesn't he? That's the thing. I mean, that must be it. Like the English bias, where he must play the English players, and Pulisic sort of comes on. So, I putting FIFA aside, but I just think it's interesting. I'd probably put it as a draw. Probably I think a 1-1. That'll be my prediction. 1-1 draw. Wolves 1, Chelsea 1, and that's enough for Chelsea to solidify top 4. Yeah.
Okay. So quick, just from the super chat here from one of my nemesis, Latin Lozario from Latin Lozario, who says, need this Chelsea L for HH to go live intoxicated. Well, Lozario, if Chelsea do lose, you may not even see me doing a post match. So there you go. Just to remind you guys, man, for those of you guys who are a Star Player Patreon, this Hangout, as well as the one tomorrow, will be available in podcast audio form that is downloadable. Remember, this Hangouts plus the one on Sunday will be available in downloadable form for my Star Team Patreon members. So we move on to the next game.
Okay.
Now,
let me answer this game, man.
Stodge, man.
Where have you been, Stodge?
Okay, Stodge, scoreline for Chelsea Wolves. Chelsea Wolves, give me a score.
Yeah, I think Chelsea have got this tied up. I think you should already start celebrating Champions League. I can't see you guys losing at all. I know that Lampard obviously is a great guy. I think he has a very high IQ, so therefore you can't possibly lose. You've got the next Desailly in Zuma. You've got the next Drogba in what's his name, Abraham. You've got the best right back in the world in Reece James, and you've got top 3 in Pulisic. How could you possibly lose? And this is all coming from the best football analyst in the world, HH. This is where I've got this information from. So I put easy Chelsea 4-0. 4-0 will win to Chelsea.
4-0.
Love that sarcasm, Stodge. It's great. Love it.
Stodge, I truly hope that was you using Juju. I truly hope so. So moving on very, very, very swiftly after that escapade. So the other game that will pretty much make this game meaningful is Leicester City against United. Now, I was one of the early ones who said that Leicester City will be pulled into this fight. Everyone said, "Oh no, they're so far ahead, they're so good." I said they'll be pulled in. First of all, it goes to show you what an amazing run that Leicester City had before the COVID break, because their run since the COVID break has been atrocious. They've lost like 4, 5, 6 games since the COVID break. So these guys were on a great, superb run of form, obviously led by top scorer right now, who may end up being the top scorer, your boy Jamie Vardy. So it would be extremely disappointing that after all that great work, they miss out on top for when they should have easily had it sealed. And this should have really been a fight for the last place between Chelsea and United. But it is what it is. They're stuck in there, and Leicester City now know that they have to win. They have to, because they have to ignore what is happening in the Chelsea Wolves game, and they have to go out and win. They are playing at the crib. They do have the top scorer in the league in Vardy, so they'll feel that they have a strong chance. But they're playing against a team who has been one of the most informed teams in your boys, Manchester United. Now, if I was predicting the game, this will be a draw. This will be a draw. I see this being a 2-2 draw. I see this being a attacking game. Leicester City will come out to attack them. United will go in for the counts. I think Rodgers will want them to play on the front foot. And we say, guys, let's go out after these guys. It's going to be back and forth, fast paced. There will be goals, there'll be chances, and I see this being 2-2. I don't see them being a full clear winner. So before I come to your boy Samuel, from your boy Yes Saeed, who says, I don't know how Chelsea lose. They are better than United and Leicester. The Hangouts obviously don't watch football. Now, guys, this is a perfect example of reverse psychology. Yes Side is a United fan, and he is using Juju. Yes Side, leave me and my Juju alone, okay? You just worry about your own thing. Don't use my tactics. These are my tactics. I use reverse psychology. You don't. Don't come to my witchcraft, okay? Saeed, you worry about United. I'm worrying about Chelsea. I'm doing my own Chelsea. Don't copy my tactics, okay? Saeed, don't copy my reverse psychology tactics. Don't you dare do that, please. Too much is riding on this. I need that seal. I need that treble. Samuel, United against Leicester City. Who rides, who lives, who breathes in this game?
Right, let me do this. Leicester have no chance in winning against Man United or getting anything from the game. No chance. They have been so poor since the restart. It's been diabolical.
Wait. But what if, because this game is so much is riding on this game in particular, once they put their best foot forward in this critical game?
No, they're terrible. I'm sorry, they've been terrible. I don't care if like they were in a Champions League final. I don't care if they were in a relegation. They have been in terrible form. Man United have been one of the best teams in the in Europe on their form. You got Rashford, you got Martial, you got the next Beckenbauer, Maguire. Like, come on,
Beckenbauer
really beating Man United.
I love the juju, Sam. I love it. It's great juju you got going on. Yeah, I love that juju, man. It's great. Great juju, man. I love it. Juju,
Look,
man.
Samuel, give me the score line.
Scoreline? I would say a comfortable, yet modest 4-0 win.
So, what? 4-0 to United.
4-0 to United.
Circumcision. Okay, I like that. Aiden Abdi. This game is meaningful for Chelsea. It's huge. What happens in this game that could affect Chelsea's future in the CL?
I'm probably gonna go for a Leicester win here, because I think in terms of Man United, like, they've come across teams as well after the restart. They haven't come across like a challenge, you know. And when they came across a challenge like Chelsea, they've lost and they've performed quite. It was kind of lackluster performance, you know. So I'm going for a Leicester win here. I'm probably going to go for a
So score
2-1.
score.
2-1 Leicester. I'm going for 2-1 Leicester.
So if you're whoa. So Aiden, you said Chelsea will lose.
Yeah.
You said Leicester City will win.
That means United get top 4.
Yeah, but I don't know. Against Wolves, I'm not really confident against Wolves. That's what I'm trying to say. So I think we should have secured this Champions League way before. And now we just left it to.
Easy. So Adam Abdi, so you're telling me that Chelsea will fail to make top 4.
Yeah, that's my prediction, but you know. That's my
Okay.
prediction.
Okay. Jamal.
Yeah,
Leicester
guys.
City against your fierce right. Anyway, shout out to your boy VP2 for the dub. Shout out for the 10 Zar dub. Thank you. Jamal, Leicester City against your fierce rivals, Chester Divided. What's the score line?
Yeah, before I talk, there's a storm passing around Trinidad, guys, so pray for me. Alright. This game.
Be safe, stay safe.
Yeah. Guys, it have these final days where anything can happen. Guys, I feel it's gonna be drama. I feel it's gonna be like a Aguero moment. I feel it's gonna be 0-0. Then Bruno Fernandes, Kovacic will score his penalty. And then Vardy will equalize. And I feel in the last kick of the game, Jamie Vardy go run from the side, jump over Maguire, and the commentator will go, Jamie Vardy! Oh! What a goal! Staggering, just staggering. He's got Champions League on the final day with 3 minutes to go. Yeah, so I'm going 2-1. I feel Vardy will score a last minute. I just feel it's gonna be drama tomorrow. And HH, if you suffer from any diarrhea problems, get a tablet, man, because it's gonna be wild tomorrow. I'm just feeling it. It's just made for an excited day tomorrow.
Oh man. Wow, man. That's
I hope people realize if United and Chelsea lose, if United and Chelsea lose tomorrow, that means that United and Leicester will go through top 4. I just want to let people know that in their predictions, because everyone's saying United are going to lose, but that also means they're going to get top 4 if Chelsea obviously lose as well.
If Chelsea lose. If Chelsea lose. LB, Leicester City against United. How does it go?
Yeah, 2-1 to Manchester United. Like what Samuel was saying, I think Leicester City haven't been performing nearly as well as they were before the pandemic. So I think Manchester United to win, but not 4-0. 2-1.
Wait, why not?
Why not? Because Leicester aren't that bad. Let's show Leicester some respect.
If you say so.
I think,
but they've been pretty poor since the restart, though.
Yeah, they have, but I still don't think United will kick 4 goals. I think they'll score 2 and Leicester will score 1. So 2-1.
Okay, that's fair. I am Ham. Leicester City against United. What's the score? I am ham. I am cheese. I am salad.
Yo.
I am ham.
Look. Man United is definitely. I think Man United is gonna win. I hate to say it. Leicester's been bad. Leicester has been bad. I don't know. Without Madison, I don't know. I think they've lost something. Going forward, they don't really have anything. But in defense, they always just look
I think he's back tomorrow. I think Madison is fit. I think so.
Oh, is he?
He's not fit.
Yeah, I think. Oh, he's not fit. Oh.
That's his home stadium, so it could be a madness. It could be a madness. For me, definitely, I want Brandon Rodgers to win, but I still think Man United could win.
So, give me a scoreline.
Let's say 1-0 Man United penalty. Bruno puts it away.
I wouldn't even
Bruno,
be surprised.
Bruno Fernandes Kovacic. Interesting. So before I come to Vilton C, super chat here from Just Beston, who says CFC will win 6-0. They have Kepa, best keeper in the world. So Just Beston, you're trying to use reverse psychology, trying to use witchcraft against things. Just Beston, just make sure your dude who's obsessed with his sister and his mom does the business against Atalanta. Vilton C, Leicester United. Give me a scoreline.
Oh, I believe this is gonna be an easy sacrifice for Manchester United. It's gonna be 6-0. I believe that Bruno Fernandes is gonna get a hat trick. Pogba is gonna get in the action too. Rashford is gonna score one. Then I think Martial is gonna finish it off. Easy 6-0. Manchester United is gonna be Leicester City.
Okay. Sean.
I think United are clearly favorites for this game because Pereira's out and Soyuncu. I don't really know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, Soyuncu.
Yeah, he's out as well. And Leicester, since even before the quarantine, before COVID, after I think at the turn of 2020 when January hit, Leicester have been pretty poor compared to what they were in the first half of the season. If you look at their wins and losses and compare the two, they hit a huge downfall. And United have looked really, really good going forward. Maybe in the last week, United have been a little bit kind of off their game because of rest. But I think if Fernandes can get Martial and Rashford in behind, and Pogba plays smart and simple and makes nice, incisive passes, I do think United are going to win pretty comfortably. So I'm going to say a scoreline of 3-1 for United. And then Chelsea go through automatically because of that. So I don't think you have much to worry about, HH. I think you'll be fine, buddy. So just relax.
You better hope, Sean.
I want a good for next year's Champions League. I want Chelsea.
Sean,
United.
you better hope Ziyech, Werner, and Messi are playing Champions League football for Chelsea next season, man.
Messi, high hopes.
Sean, shush. So shout out to your boy VT2 for the dub. Thank you for the dub. Stodge. United Leicester scoreline.
I think that this is going to be a very interesting game. It's obviously two teams of similar level, both with really average players. But this is the one thing United should win. But the one thing that scares me about United is, and I hate to agree with Graham Souness, but I don't know how much more evidence we need. I feel like this dude Pogba is sabotaging United. I mean, the game against Southampton, I don't know what he's doing on the ball. Against West Ham, he's doing some clown shit. If Ollie's got any balls, he has to drop this guy. I mean, imagine he puts him in against Leicester and he messes up again. This dude is a clown. The thing he done against West Ham is unforgivable.
So, Stodge, you're saying that Pogba should be dropped for this game against Leicester? Is that what you're saying?
Bro, if he didn't play against West Ham, I guarantee you they would have won that game and they would have already qualified. So what is there really to discuss? I mean, this guy, I can't think of an excuse.
Easy then.
Yeah. So I can't really see Leicester getting more than a draw. So I'm going to predict a draw. And you've got nothing to worry about. Chelsea's definitely going to qualify for the Champions League. Easy win for Chelsea, like I said before. So yeah, it's going to be United and Chelsea in the Champions League next year. Leicester have no chance at all.
Before I come to your boy Red Devil, let me hit your boy Saeed, who says, "Come on, United, the Busby babes, the class of '92. Jesus, this is the future. This game is so crucial. This is the theater of dreams. I believe. Yes." Yes, I believe in Chelsea getting third, man. That's what we need. Believe in Chelsea getting third place. Lead level Ludio. How is this going to go? Please be objective and don't be a United fanboy.
Well, I'm obviously being objective because I'm doing these FIFA simulations. So obviously, I did for United and Leicester. So for the first one, I put both of their strongest teams out. and the simulation ended up being a draw with a fantastic save by David De Gea at the end to keep it 0-0. And then for the second, I was a bit more realistic and looked at like who was likely to play. And as I think Sean mentioned, actually, Leicester are going to be without Sionchu, they're going to be without Ben Chilwell, they're going to be without Maddison, and they're going to be without Pereira. So that's essentially most of their back line, aside from Johnny Evans. So you're going to have Johnny Evans and probably Wes Morgan as centre backs. And I think, as I saw in the last games, they've got like 2 youth players and like Justin and another guy that are in there. So that game was put through and United won 1-0. So, you know, I don't see United losing. That's what FIFA says anyway. My personal opinion, I also don't see Manchester United losing. And if we do lose, then we don't deserve Champions League football, because for me, you cannot. I know people say Leicester can go out, but like Leicester are going to be without their starting back three and without Maddison. You know, key players, Ben Chilwell, Sionchu, Maddison have been key players for Leicester City this season. I know Vardy obviously is also there, and they can do the ball up and he can score potentially. But I'm sorry, but if Martial, Rashford, and Green aren't licking their lips, looking at running at a back two of Wes Morgan and Johnny Evans, who are very, very slow, then I can't see why this can't be an easy win for Manchester United. I don't think Manchester should have anything to worry about. I don't think Chelsea should have anything to worry about. The only thing could be, because obviously of these water breaks that sort of happen, so people obviously will be updated based on the score of these things. So if, for example, if they find out if it's leaked that Chelsea are getting a battering from Wolves, then maybe you might find the urgency in the Leicester City Manchester United game might go down a bit. So we'll see what happens. But, you know, my prediction is that it will be a comfortable. Mine is a 2-0 to Manchester United. No problem, because Leicester will not be at full strength and their form has been terrible. Simple as that.
So, scoreline. Give me a scoreline.
Yeah, so mine is 2-0 to Manchester United.
Okay. So, guys, transitioning overward. This was definitely a discussion that really ran the airwaves, you know, and I think I'm so happy that Samuel and Jamal are here. Jordan Henderson. Jamal, you need to turn down your background thing. I keep hearing an echo from your theme. I need to turn down your thingy. So,
okay, I'll try.
Okay, so Jordan Henderson was named the Football Writers Player of the Season, and many people's response was, "Did De Bruyne die, or where is De Bruyne, and does De Bruyne no longer exist, or did De Bruyne bang all of the football writers' wives or something?" So no, because it has to be something like that. Like, so basically, he basically got fellatio from their wives or their side chicks. So here's the thing here. You have to understand that it's English media, they're biased, and any excuse they have to pick an English player, they will grab it with both hands. Well, because but English media are extremely biased towards their own. So any kind of so screw those guys. This isn't about them. Screw those guys. This is about a football discussion. So over this season, you know, I feel Henderson is in the conversation. But here's my thing, and I'll get all of you guys' views. Henderson is because I think Henderson has had his best ever season, 100%. As an individual, he's had his best ever season of his career, and he's been very important. And when he's not played for Liverpool, you've seen how they've struggled. But this is why I'm very interested to hear what Simon and Jamal said, because has he even been Liverpool's best player? Has he been better than El Dio? Has he been better than Van Dijk? Has he been better than Trent over the course of the season? So that's even a debate that he's even been the best Liverpool player. But De Bruyne has been exceptional. And this is what people need to understand, which is why I said that Messi deserved the award over Van Dijk. This is an individual award. You can't reprimand an individual for what the team does. So if the team isn't playing well, but the individual does his job to a very high value, you're rating the individual. So people said, oh, Messi can't win the Ballon d'Or because Liverpool beats Barcelona in the semi. You effing moron. That's Liverpool and Barcelona. This is an individual award based on what you did as an individual. An individual was the most exceptional player of that last year. City, they got beat up this season by Liverpool. Liverpool were amazing. But Liverpool were amazing, mostly because of a team and what Klopp built. De Bruyne did his job, but Laporte was injured. Defense was crap. Mendy made mistakes. David Silva is obviously showing his age, hence why this is last season. This has probably been Sterling's worst season for Man City under Pep. So all these kinds of things have come to be have contributed to City not doing so well this season because a lot of people's performance dipped, but De Bruyne has been exceptional. So it is insane for Jordan Henderson to be put. First of all, Jordan Henderson in the same breath as De Bruyne is stupid in and of itself. Okay, the only thing that Henderson defeats De Bruyne in is being a passion merchant. So shouting, running, Henderson wins that. But in terms of the technical skill of football, De Bruyne destroys. So it is crazy looking at what De Bruyne does in terms of his passing, his goal scoring, his crossing, his ability on the ball, his playmaking. You look at those things of what he did as an individual this season, and you still put Henderson over him. It's insane. It's insane. So I'll hand it over to you guys, man. From Sam, hey, look, friendly guy, Henderson deserved it. Shut up, HH. Oh, how sweet. Samuel, Henderson. Did Henderson deserve, or does Henderson deserve to be called player of the season over De Bruyne? Or do you feel neither Henderson or De Bruyne deserves to be called Premier League player of the season?
All right, guys, you're going to have to give me some time with this because I'm going to go in depth with it. First of all, this was actually the PFA Writers Something of the Year award, so it wasn't actually the PFA Player of the Year.
No.
So
it's a Football Writers Award. It is not the PFA Award. It's Football Writers Award.
Exactly. So these are a bunch of journalists that have never played football in their life, voting for their, I would say their fairy tale footballer, if you know what I'm saying. So cool. Well, you get this at that way. So now I'm gonna give Jordan Henderson his props over this season. Now I remember I was Jordan Henderson's biggest critic. I actually wanted him out of the club after the 2016 Euros when England lost to Iceland because he was probably one of the worst players on the pitch then. So I wanted him out of the club. Now his journey from that 2016 Euros till now has been absolutely brilliant, and I cannot fault his determination and grit to get into a Liverpool team where really and truly a lot of Liverpool fans were saying that he needs to get out of the team. Now I feel like the turning point for him, Jordan Henderson, was last season against Southampton, where we were actually drawing against Southampton at one point, and then he came on. I think after like 17 minutes or something like that, and we ended up beating Southampton 3-1, and he scored. And I saw there was something in Henderson that was like, no, I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to let anybody take my place in the squad. I'm going to be the mainstay in the squad. And he has been the mainstay in the squad for the whole season this season. Now, I will say this. Jordan Henderson doesn't deserve to be PFA Player of the Year, but he does deserve to be PFA Team of the Year. I will say this, in the midfield, I'll put Henderson, Grealish, and the Kevin De Bruyne in that team because I cannot say that anybody other than Grealish and Kevin De Bruyne has been more consistent than Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson this year has been given like 7 out of 10 performances in like nearly every game. Let's be honest. And I remember the time when Fabinho got injured and Jordan Henderson had to move back into the CDM role, and he filled it in perfectly. Like people didn't see the difference, and we were still winning. Now, cool. Let's move on to this PFA Player of the Year. He doesn't deserve it because Kevin De Bruyne has been more exceptional than him. Yes, Henderson has been in a better team. However, Kevin De Bruyne is the only person in the Man City team that can hold their heads up high and say, you know what, I've done my job. Kevin De Bruyne is better than Jordan Henderson, and if you can see over the course of this season, he's about to break the
Well, he could equal it or break. I think he's one behind Henry.
Exactly. He can equal it or break it. So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, Kevin De Bruyne has had an exceptional season. nobody really and truly has had a better season than Kevin De Bruyne. Now, even in the Liverpool team, I can't even say Henderson has been the best player on the team. I always say it's been not Mo Salah, Mane that has been the best player on the team, to be honest, because I feel like Mane has had a better season than Jordan Henderson. However, I do say Jordan Henderson has been the most consistent player in the team, which I cannot bring him down for. But if you're talking about the whole context of things, Kevin De Bruyne has been the best player in the league this season, and PFA Player of the Year deserves to go to Kevin De Bruyne.
Okay. Jamal.
Guys, I do love Henderson, but Henderson have no business winning that award. Henderson is average. I mean average. I mean, he's a good player. He's good. Don't get me wrong. He's a leader. He's a passion merchant, as you say. But to me, Kevin De Bruyne should win it because people saying, "Oh, but City and win the lead." Yeah, but Salah win it and he finished fourth. But they give Salah because he break the goal scoring record. So nah, John Henderson shouldn't win it. If you don't want to give De Bruyne, you should give Van Dijk. Because the thing what's going on with Van Dijk now is people that's judging him as, oh, he will always be that good. He's no, the same thing what happens with Messi is happening with Van Dijk. One mistake he makes, and the whole of Twitter explodes. Why? Because he's the best defender in the world. And right now, people are judging him on small mistakes. So for me, it should either be Kevin De Bruyne or Virgil van Dijk or Sadio Mane. So John Henderson should not be winning that award, and I don't know how he did that. Yeah.
Okay. LB.
Jordan Henderson, fantastic captain. He's done a lot for Liverpool, apart from obviously just lifting the trophies. Very good qualities. I think someone who leads from the front very well. But in terms of receiving the award, I don't think so. I think it should have gone to Kevin De Bruyne. That being said, I haven't really seen much of Jordan Henderson this year, apart from lifting those 4 trophies. So, I don't think he should have been given the award. Should have been given to Kevin De Bruyne.
Okay. Fair, I agree. Wilton.
Yeah. I think KDB should have won that award, but I do think obviously there's bias in it. That's why I don't really care about these type of awards like the Ballon d'Or and stuff like that. There's always gonna be bias in it. But I don't think Jordan Henderson should have won it. I think the reason why they gave it to him because even though he might not be as a really good footballer like Kevin De Bruyne, but when you see him when he doesn't play, you see Liverpool struggle a lot in the midfield. I think it's about they give him that award because he won the Prem, the Champions League, the Super Cup, the Club World Cup, and stuff like that. And he's a really good captain too. He's probably one of the best captain in the Prem right now. But overall, I do think KDB got robbed. He should have won it. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on it.
All right, Sean.
I'm curious. So KDB, he didn't win it a couple of years ago, right? The PFA. That was the Salah, right?
Yeah.
He's not winning.
So I think he's maybe arguably like the best Premier League player to not win an individual award. Because in terms of this season, I do think he was better than Henderson. And Henderson does bring a lot to Liverpool. His mentality, he's a great leader. I think he holds possession well and he distributes the ball well. But overall, like KDB has just been crazy good for City this year, and a City squad that underperformed compared to what they've been in the past. And KDB, I think he almost got I think he had the most assists in the league. I think he created one of the most chances in the league. He scored a lot of goals. He beat Henderson in every single offensive category you can possibly think of when analyzing these kind of players. And yeah, it has to go KDB. I agree 100% with what everybody said, especially Samuel, who kind of broke it down from like Liverpool's perspective. And even he agrees. He's an LFC fan and he still believes KDB should have won it. So happy for Henderson, but definitely KDB was robbed.
All right. Yes, Saeed.
Are you still hearing the echo?
Saeed.
Can you hear me?
Yep, can hear you. Can hear you. Go for it.
Okay, so does Jordan Henderson deserve the Football Writers Player of the Year? That's a difficult question because I feel like a Liverpool player deserves that award. I don't like you. It's impossible to give it to a Liverpool player, and
Why
the
so?
reason is
Why so? Wait. Why so?
it's because is the gap though? Is that gap? That gap is too far.
But
Then
we
why
see
did you think he went?
this is the same argument that people had with Messi and Van Dijk. Because I'm sure you'd have said that Van Dijk deserved the award because Liverpool won the Champions League and Liverpool and Barcelona didn't. But this is an individual award based on what you did as an individual. It's not a team award. It is how well did you do your job as an individual. De Bruyne
understand that.
could break the assists record. So as an individual, he's been exceptional.
No, I understand that, and that's fair enough. But the argument with Messi is I feel like that's a stupid argument. And here's the reason: is because Messi, what he done in La Liga and what he done for Barcelona, and the fact that he carried Barcelona to a La Liga title, he had one of the most amazing performances against Liverpool at Camp Nou, where he scored a hat trick. Like
Brace.
Was it Brace? Yeah, Brace. I mean, he was unbelievable. He was phenomenal. And that Barcelona side was literally getting dragged by Messi. He was literally winning them games. That's the difference. He was winning them games. The problem I have is the drop off of Manchester City from last year to this year is too far. For
Exactly.
Then how did Salah win it?
Exactly. Good point.
That's very true. I agree.
But Salah, when Salah won it, remember, guys, when Salah won it, whose record did he broke? He broke a record that have not been broken since Suarez left. Suarez left.
Okay. So, side. Let's say that in this final game, City win it like 4-0, and De Bruyne gets 2 assists, and he breaks the assist record.
But then it's like, okay, you can't have it both ways. You know, like this is what I don't understand with people. Like, if Kevin De Bruyne is Manchester City's best player, then that means he should have an effect that Manchester City is supposed to be higher in terms of points to where they are now. I mean,
no. But then the argument is De Bruyne can score in every game, but De Bruyne is providing for Aguero, Jesus, Sterling. But if Sterling, Jesus, Aguero aren't converting his chances, you can't expect De Bruyne, who is primarily a playmaker, not a goal scorer, a playmaker, to now have to score 3, 4, 5 goals a season. He's not a Messi. Messi is a freak of nature. Messi is a once in a lifetime player. So he is
HH, that's fair enough, but I feel like it's very, very disrespectful to what Liverpool FC have done this season to not give it to a Liverpool player.
No.
That's just my point.
Wait, but Said, we're talking about Henderson.
But then Henderson, okay, we're football fans. We are not part of the Liverpool team. We are not part of the Liverpool setup. We literally don't know what's going on. The fact of the matter is Henderson, in my opinion, the leadership that think about it, guys. Liverpool haven't won the title for 30 years. They lost the title by 1 point. If Henderson, if he's not as a captain, if his leadership is shown to the fact that they won it this year, that's leadership. That's leadership. Liverpool won the title this year because of leadership. That's a fact.
This is about.
Yes, sir. I have to disagree with you.
Leadership. It's about performance. This is a football award.
No, he's right.
Look.
Every game he hasn't.
Messi won it by 20 points in 2018. They didn't give it.
No. But then, okay.
Doesn't stand up. They won it by.
Wait. Let him land. Let's side land, man.
My point is, guys, the way Liverpool lost the title last year. And the fact that they literally replicated what they did last year and kept that same level and won it with the margin they have, that is strictly down to mentality. That's strictly down to leadership. That's literally down to the fact that Jordan Henderson, Duck captain, has led Liverpool FC to this title. And you guys are gonna deny him because why? Because Kevin De Bruyne has stat padded in the poor EPL season. Come on, guys. For God's sake, let's put this thing in perspective. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne is a brilliant player. I love him as a footballer. I love to watch him. But you can't have it both ways. You can't say what Liverpool done is amazing. The season, the league is poor, and be like, oh yeah, De Bruyne was amazing. Bro, they're 25 points behind Liverpool.
Easy.
Come on, man.
Easy, chill. Just a few comments here. There's just a few comments here. Homeboy says, is leadership a stat in football? That's one thing. This is not a sentiment award, but see, this now goes to what Samuel's went to, which is someone made a very good point. In terms of the football writers, I think for the football writers, it is much more sentimental and much more about a story. And I can understand the English bias going to what Samuel said and what he said was okay. It's about what is the most fairy tale story? Oh, Henderson, he's tried too hard, he dug league, so that's cool. See, I don't give a damn about that crap. I don't do sentimental crap. I do footballing facts. So I just look at performance. Sentiment is just all that useless fairy tale story nonsense that I don't care about. So for me, I will always look at it on the football basis. And my thing about it is, Syed, you've made an argument of what Liverpool as a team did. It was a team effort. So you've not given me an argument of how an individual led and was exceptional. You're saying that it is Klopp and the entire team who went through as one. But De Bruyne, he did his job. But everyone else okay, easy. Let's move on to some other guys. So let's go over to I am Ham. Henderson, did Henderson deserve this award over De Bruyne?
This is a very can you still hear my echo? Can you still hear the echo?
Okay, no.
Can you still hear the echo?
The echo's gone. Okay.
Echo's gone.
Oh, cool.
Okay, can I speak?
Yes,
yeah, continue. Yeah.
I think this is like a very contrasting topic because as much as I was also part of the Kevin De Bruyne brigade, I think what Yasser Saeed has really what Yasser has said is has really I also believe what he's saying, because if you look at this Liverpool team, what they've done this season is just mad, because every team we've played against has literally had to do everything they can just to be in contention against this team. Like, there was no contest in like most of the teams that we played against. It was us attacking and them just like holding on for dear life, trying to survive. Some of them, like Arsenal, won, and Watford, they won, but most of the teams, they lost. Not even drew. They just flat out lost. Okay, only Man United like got us to draw, and Everton. And that says a lot about Jordan Henderson as a player, because when you look at his position and his role on the team, it's not about like making through balls. It's not about keeping possession, something that he used to be able to do, because under Rodgers we used to be a very possession-based team, and he was part of the people getting 90% pass completion for the whole season at that time. And you look at him now, to the player he was back then to the player he is now. All you can say is that this guy is close, and everything is done for Liverpool has just been amazing. No matter where we were like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when you were like at rock bottom, he was always giving it 100%. He was always setting an example.
Henderson, Liverpool's best player this season. Was he Liverpool's best player this season?
I think he wasn't Liverpool's best player this season, but he's the best player in this league this season, because of how he's Yes, because every single match this guy's been on, he's been consistent. He's been delivering. wait, HH. He's been delivering, and in every match that this guy's played, most of the opposition midfield has been nowhere to be found.
Hey,
That's a fact.
Relax. Just relax. You just said he isn't the best player in Liverpool, but he's the best player in the league. Please help me make that make sense.
HH, okay. I would say Van Dijk, without a doubt, is the best player in the world, in my opinion. Okay, Van Dijk is just standard the best player in the world. But if anyone wants to say Van Dijk doesn't win any individual awards this season, I wouldn't say that's a wrong decision, because I think what Van Dijk did last season without getting that Ballon d'Or, it really was a robbery, and nothing else will ever change that. So who cares? Like, who cares about these individual awards anymore? Because Messi was a robbery. I don't care what anyone says. You can't get 97 points and a Champions League and not get the Ballon d'Or if you were that good. But yeah. So basically, Henderson though has been that player for Liverpool who every single week a story can be written about. Someone on the news can be like, "Oh, Henderson was marshalling the players. He was giving key orders. He was passing the ball the way it needs to be passed. He was helping guys when they were doing their duties. He was filling in for Robertson and whatever, and for Fabinho as well." So like, I think the hate on Henderson is really too much, because the guy has really he's done a lot for Liverpool, and he's done a lot for the Premier League by being the player he is.
No. But Ham, again, I'm sorry. I didn't just explain. You just said Henderson isn't the best player for Liverpool, but he's been the best player in the league. What do you mean?
How does that
What
make
I
sense?
mean is, no, wait. What I mean by that is that in the entire league this season, the player that has been the most consistent and has really had a like pure quality that cannot be questioned is Jordan Henderson. Okay, De Bruyne has been great, but every single time this guy has been questioned and been like, we want to see him actually push Man City to do something more than they can do. It doesn't happen. Defensively, De Bruyne, I'm still questioning this guy. People tell me that this guy can defend. He's a midfielder. He cannot control the midfield. That's the problem with De Bruyne. As an attacker, excellent.
Okay,
as a midfielder, not so much.
Who do you say is the best player for Liverpool? Who has been Liverpool's best player?
Repeat, please.
Who has been Liverpool's best player?
Yo, HH, I can't hear you at all, bro.
Who has been Liverpool's best player? Who has been Liverpool's best player?
HH, Liverpool's best player is Virgil van Dijk, but the best player in the league this season is Henderson.
I think he's getting something mixed up. I cannot understand what he's saying, but he's getting mixed up. Basically, you know how I can say, oh, Messi is the best player in Barcelona, but this season, you say like Ter Stegen was the best. So I think he's saying that Henderson is better overall, but it's just been Van Dijk has been the best player this season.
No,
Wait, isn't he saying that Henderson's had a better year, but Van Dijk overall is a better player? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
What I don't understand is, how does KDB not control the midfield? How does that? Of course he does. What do you mean he doesn't control the midfield?
No, he doesn't, man. Like, look at the match against what's this thing, Wolves. If you look at that match, Kevin De Bruyne defensively, like, that guy, he needs someone there that like literally fills in for him. And I don't like Rodri.
Fair, but what about the other 35 matches he plays, where he does play brilliantly on both ends? How come you're losing a one-game sample? Like, come on.
Look, both ends. It's not like Yaya Toure or someone who could do both jobs, or Steven Gerrard.
Nah, man, I'm sorry, I can't agree with that.
Let's move on. So, Stodge, did Henderson deserve this over De Bruyne?
First things first, no one's arguing that De Bruyne is a better player. We all know that. But Henderson has certain qualities which De Bruyne just doesn't have. And I think with your opening statement, you've really disrespected him, because you forgot to mention one part of football, and that is defending. You mentioned all the attacking facets of the game, but we know when it comes to defending between Henderson and De Bruyne, it's no contest. Henderson, hands down, is better.
De Bruyne this season,
So
for me,
Henderson,
he's been a letdown.
Van Dijk.
He's been a letdown. He's been really chasing stats, in my opinion, in a lot of games where he
True.
could have shot. He's been looking for passes. He's been chasing stats, and that has cost his team. Last season, his team pretty much he was injured for 3/4 of the season, and they won the league. Yeah, they won the league, and somehow you guys are just conveniently you're just ignoring it, like it doesn't matter whatsoever that the team won the league without him. So therefore, I ask the question: if he's that great of a player and he was back this season and it's pretty much the same team, and he's adding so much of an offensive threat, getting all these assists, why has the team disappointed to this degree? Why have they dropped so many points?
Huge
It's
drop
De
off.
Bruyne. It's the magical player. He's player of the season. And second thing is, I believe that De Bruyne will win PFA Player of the Year because that's voted by players, and players naturally view the game differently than journalists. And this is just a lesson to everyone. Relationships are important, and I believe communication, when you communicate with people, that's important as well. And what's clear here is Henderson clearly has a better relationship with the writers, and De Bruyne doesn't strike me as a guy that really is that talkative, that talks to journalists that much. And journalists love players that talk to them. If you have the journalists backing, you can win pretty much every award. We've seen that with Messi when he stole the award away from Van Dijk. It's because he had the better relationship, and Barcelona had the better relationship with the journalists. And as for Man City, if you want my honest assessment on Man City, I don't think any player on Man City should win a PFA Player of the Year. I think plastic teams should be banned from winning any type of individual award.
True.
Yeah, so that's my personal opinion. And
Speaking
what
facts,
did
bro. Only
I've
facts.
I've seen that idiot, that board fraud, going on the news, calling different talk sport and stuff like an idiot. What's his Guardiola? Fraudiola.
Yeah.
That idiot is calling different stations, complaining, "Oh, none of our players have won the PFA. You don't deserve to win. You're bloody cheats. Go back to Spain or something, you prick." This ball fraud is complaining about nothing. He needs to keep his mouth shut.
Let him
Plastic
land,
teams shouldn't be complaining. Plastic teams shouldn't be complaining. You brought about £1 billion worth of players, and you failed both in the FA Cup and the League, and you're going to get smacked around by Real Madrid in the Champions League, and here you are crying about an individual award. The guy's a disgrace. Don't listen, HH. He knows the pressure is on. Don't worry about De Bruyne. Deliver the CL, you fraud. Deliver the CL. Don't call them about De Bruyne winning the PL. Deliver the Champions League. We don't care. We don't care about these individual awards.
He just earned
what I mean?
status,
Deliver the
man.
Champions
You just earned
League.
the GOAT status, bro. Get him.
He's already finding excuses. Watch. I know. We all.
Okay. Let's before I come to Red Devil Studio, because Red Devil is
HH. We all know.
Wait. Let me read the super chats. I'll lay around. Let me just read the super chat. So from your boy Boda Sobs, who says VVD, Mane, and Salah all started that game against Watford. What happened? They got humiliated. Why? Because Henderson didn't start.
Their captain, their leader.
Is that an
their
argument for
captain.
him being the best player of the season?
The
You
general.
lot are gonna make me trying to go.
No, it's not an argument for him being the best player this season. Or that's not an argument of him being better than De Bruyne this season. It's not. Sorry.
They could have went invincible, bro. Think about that.
Okay, Storch, round off your point. Okay, Storch ain't there. Okay, Red Devil Studio, man. Did Henderson deserve this over De Bruyne?
I mean, I personally have a different favor, and I'll tell you guys that later. But I don't know, guys. I'm in between what Studge and what Yasir is saying. In that, the thing about stats, he's got so many assists, but who were those assists actually against? City scored I think they've scored 10 goals against Watford this season. They're going to get relegated. So yes, he's got a lot of assists, but are these assists against are they against Liverpool? Are they against United? Are they against Wolves? Are they against Chelsea? Are these assists against teams that are around top teams challenging big game performances? So if I'm talking big game performances like last season when Aguero scored back-to-back hat-tricks against Arsenal and Chelsea, that's when you're like, oh my, wow, impact, etc. Stats, meaningful stats. But scoring 5 goals against Watford, we're probably going to get relegated tomorrow. Assists is not a meaningful stat, And this is my thing from De Bruyne. From what I've seen this season, it's not that it hasn't been ineffective. It's that in the games where it should matter, he hasn't been. And so that, from my point of view, on an individual basis, is where Kevin De Bruyne has faltered. Because against like even just go back to the Arsenal game, the FA Cup. Okay, I think there was just one assist where I think if Jesus missed it. But aside from that, he was fairly quiet for most of the game. That was that. Against both games against United, maybe one or two chances. Again, Wolves, non-existent. Chelsea, where was he? So like
He
it's
scored
not
Spurs. Yeah.
He scored free
Spurs.
kicks.
It's not just about I can get assists against Brighton at home at the Etihad. Like, who cares what you can get 3 assists against Brighton on the Etihad if you can't do it against the Wolves, against the Sheffield, against the top 4, 5, 6 teams in the league? Now that said, like personally for me, I actually think that, and I don't know why people sitting on this because he scores so many clutch goals. I think personally Sadio Mane should have got PFA of the year.
True.
But
I don't.
think Sadio Mane should.
I'm
I
not
don't know
gonna
why.
lie. Yeah.
I don't know if it's because of COVID lockdown, but certainly, coming up, I think after COVID, everyone knew that Liverpool were going to win a league eventually. So let's be real. Like, I don't think any of the Liverpool players were like, yeah, let's put on our best performances post-COVID because we're going to struggle to win the title. Like, no. But pre-COVID, before the break, Sadio Mane was on fire. The amount of clutch goals he scored against Liverpool, I think.
I think he
you know.
he earns the most points for Liverpool through his goals.
Exactly, which essentially helped them to win the title this season. So for me, I actually think that Sadio Mane should have got PFA of the year, not Jordan Henderson. I think Jordan Henderson, as people said, from a
Wait, be very clear. This is the Football Writers Award, not the PFA Award.
Oh, so yeah, you're right. So yeah, so from the writer's point of view, as a lot of people have said, I can see why it makes sense. He's the captain. To be fair, when he has been out of games in quite a few games, you've noticed the impact. So clearly he has a captain. It's like I told you, I think before, when he's on there, he's telling like Trent Alexander-Arnold, like he's giving him instructions to go up, not go up, etc. So clearly Jordan Henderson has an impact on the field in that respect, and they do miss him when he's not there. So, but for me, the best player in the Liverpool squad over the season has been Sadio Mane, and Sadio Mane should be getting PFA, certainly ahead of De Bruyne, in my opinion. But I can see why Kevin De Bruyne, let's be real, where has his performances been against the top teams? Not against Brighton, not against Watford, I mean against the top teams. It's not been there in comparison to what last season, and it's what it is.
Can I
let me say something real quick.
That's the key thing. I think if people brought up Mane and I said Mane, I'd be like, okay, cool. That makes sense because I say Mane has been very important this season. So it's not like if he scored 30, 40, 50 goals, it assists, but it has always said it's not how many you score, it's when you score. And Mane has scored very crucial goals that, as Red Devil said, has contributed to them winning the title. But again, for the writers, it just doesn't. I say England, they love the English writers and media, they are sentiment merchants. They love a storyline. They are sentiment merchants. And you could easily see Henderson easily winning it. So for the PFA thing is going to be very interesting because that's not for the players. There is no way Henderson wins that.
I think Mane is going to win it.
It has to be Mane.
HH, let me say something real quickly.
Okay, real quick.
For the if I was voting for either awards, the player that I would have even before Kevin De Bruyne is Danny Ings. But Danny Ings has had a better season than Kevin De Bruyne, and that's by far. If it wasn't for Danny Ings, Southampton would be relegated. It's a fact. Period.
Can I ask one question?
So, and you're judging this based on his goals that he has scored.
He hasn't scored one single
but then his goals carried Southampton to Premier League football. Fact.
He has no penalty goals too.
I disagree. So there you go. What Samuel? What was you going to say?
Basically, for the people that were saying Henderson deserves it, Man United won the treble in 1999. Roy Keane was one of the mainstays in the team. He was probably, his captaincy was unmatched. Did Roy Keane deserve to win the Ballon d'Or? Because by what you're saying, Roy Keane deserved to win the Ballon d'Or that year.
Yeah, but that's because that's all of Europe as opposed to like one individual league.
Roy Keane won a treble, and he was one of the mainstays. So by what they are saying, Roy Keane deserved to win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, no, for me, I don't. You see, anytime people bring in like leadership, passion, and what he on intangibles. For me, I don't like that stuff, guys. Let's keep it with football and performance.
No,
Wait.
no.
I'd like to make a counter argument.
I mean, he performed in that Juventus semi-final. Come on, like, I mean, Roy Keane got them to that final, but anyway.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But by what they're saying, they should have won the Ballon d'Or.
Roy Keane didn't beat 13 teams home and away.
Let's move on. Okay, final topic. So,
Who won in 1999 though?
Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku now has 23 Gs, 23 goals, and this guy put forth quite a quality goal against Genoa. Although Alexis Sanchez may actually try to punch him in the face when I was passing the ball to him. Sanchez, do you really believe he was going to pass the ball to you? Being that you've been a brick for the last 2 years? Nah. So, but this just has me readdressing the Lukaku situation. I'll keep it real. When he was at Man United, he was Tim's. He played as if he was wearing 50-pound Timberland boots, and this guy was shocking. This guy played like he was completely, totally cumbersome. Now, I don't know whether Conte has some special juice or something. He's been to Inter and it's been a hit. Like, I think we were discussing on Friday. Someone asked who has been the signing of the season. Lukaku is in the conversation. Lukaku has been in the conversation. First season, new league, 23 goals. That's very good. That is really, really good. So my thing here is, how do you guys view Lukaku as a striker? Do you think that it's a case of whatever, so he's not that good? He needs to be if he's put in the right system, you would argue he's one of the best strikers in the world in the right system, under the right conditions? Or you just think that this is all talk and over? So how? Because see, here's my thing on Lukaku. Now let me just give the super chat. Is this isn't even Mane's best season? 18-19 is this, or this may be Mane's most important season in terms of the amounts of goals he has scored and how important the goals have been. Key thing, importance of the goals. So here's my thing with Lukaku is. Lukaku is, I want to put Lukaku in the same category as Lewandowski, Aguero, Peak Cannibal, and so forth. I'll tell you this. I'm picking Lukaku over Harry Kane. I'm definitely going to take Lukaku over like a Gabriel Jesus. I'm not putting Lukaku ahead of Aubameyang. But for me, I think Lukaku at his best, I would gladly say that you can put him just below the top dudes of Aubameyang, Lewandowski, Benzema, peak. I would put Lukaku over Cannibal now, because Cannibal is not you cannot really rely on him, because Lukaku, in the right circumstance, is a really good striker. But you just have to put him in the right scenario. Hence why. Because you can put Aubameyang in any system, he will score goals for you. Aguero in I said Aguero in anything, bro. You float for Argentina, so So I say people need to put some respect on Aubameyang, because Aubameyang is one of the few strikers who I believe you put him in any team, he will score. Same cannot be said. So let me come first to your boy Samuel. So Samuel, how do you rate your boy Lukaku? Has his season for Inter Milan showed that we were maybe a bit too harsh against him, or it is what it is? He deserves to be called a brick.
Now, I personally think that Lukaku, he's a decent striker from time. He before, when he was playing for Everton, I just thought he was a very decent striker. If a team used his capabilities very well to his strengths, then he will produce, as we saw in Everton. When he went to Man United, I think it was a very bad move for him, because the way United play doesn't suit him. Now, of course, a decent striker going to the Demio League would bang. I can't lie, because that league is absolutely trash. However,
Samuel, we lost you, bro. Samuel, we lost you. All right. While Samuel tries to get back, let's take your boy LB. Lukaku. Thoughts?
I think Lukaku has been unfairly criticised in his career. We know that he's one of those players that have gone to a number of clubs.
Yeah, but LB, he was bad though for United in some games. He was pretty bad. So
Look, he was bad, but as a player, you have your good times, you have your bad times. But I think overall, he's been unfairly sort of criticised, even before playing for Manchester United for what do you call it, for Belgium for his national side. But yes, he was. There was a period of time he wasn't performing very well, and the criticism in which he was receiving was, in a way, sort of justified. But as you said, with the amount of goals he's scored for Inter Milan this season, I think he's really sort of turned it around. And I wouldn't say he's amongst the top strikers in the world, but he's put it this way, he's definitely going in that direction towards the Lewandowskis, Aguero's, Aubameyangs. So he's definitely turned it around at Inter Milan.
Okay. Wilson. Lukaku.
Lukaku, really, I think this is his best season in his career, isn't it? I think he has 29 goals now. I think this is his best season. This is his best goal scoring season in his career. But I think the main reason why he's playing better, because when he was at Man United, I feel like he has a little bit better, more players around him. I'm not being harsh on Manchester United. I just feel like he has better players around him, and he has a coach that actually believes in him. Because I remember they used to call Lukaku a donkey. Now he's proving everybody wrong a little bit. Just win that Serie A next season and do some. Try win the Europa League this season and prove your doubters wrong. But I wouldn't put him as a top 5 best striker in the world right now. Between Kane and Lukaku, I would probably pick Lukaku over Kane, because Harry Kane has this habit of sometimes ghosting up in big games when you really need him. The Champions League last season against Liverpool, we didn't even know he was there. But overall, Lukaku is definitely a top 10 striker in the world, but I wouldn't really put him as a top 5 world-class best striker in the world. That's my 2 cents on it.
Okay. Sean.
For Lukaku, I would say, based on your ranking system, I would say at his best he can be an upper tier 2 player. The thing with him is a lot of people kind of look at Lukaku and they say, well, he doesn't look that good on the ball. He doesn't look that technical, when watching him play. But he's pretty effective and he scores some amazing goals. And obviously today he played really well. And 23 goals this season with Inter Milan is really impressive. Does he take their penalties? I'm not sure if he does. I don't think. So I mean, if he took their penalties too, then he could possibly be a candidate for the Golden Boot in Italy this season. So yeah, I think he fits Inter system well with Conte more so than he did at United. And I think at his best he can be an upper tier 2 player. And unfortunately, to get to the tier 1 status that you kind of categorize with, I would never put him there just because I don't think he's as technical as the other strikers, and the other strikers in the world provide more for link-up play, and they're more consistent as well, and they're better in the build-up play as well. So yeah, number tier 2 is the limit for Lukaku.
All right. Jamal. Lukaku.
Yeah, it's a tough one with Lukaku, because the thing with Lukaku is he don't look good on the ball. I call him two-touch personally. But he's like Haaland. He scores goals. He just scores goals. If you give him the right service, he scores goals. So it's a balance with him. When you watch Lukaku, you know you're gonna see some trap. His traps look like passes, but he scores. So he's one of them you have to deal with his game, with his overall game. But he scores goals, and scoring goals was never the problem for Lukaku. It's just his overall play. He looks horrible. He just looks horrible. He's a horrible footballer, but an effective goal scorer. But the problem what I have with Lukaku is that the commentary, all they say is pace and power. No, finishing is a technique. So I always get annoyed when the commentators just say he's very strong and very powerful. The only black guy who should get that thing is Cisco from Tottenham. All right, say peace and power for he. But yeah, so Lukaku, he's just a horrible footballer, but an effective and good goal scorer.
So where would you rank him?
I'll say his limit is tier 2. That's the best Lukaku could be, tier 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Said man, Lukaku, speak on it.
So I'm a fair guy. Just because Lukaku left United, I'm not gonna hate on him. I mean, here's a fact of reality. Lukaku scores goals no matter what team he's in. I mean, this guy's a goal scorer. So I don't know why. Yes, I mean, his technical football skills as a striker does warrant. Like sometimes you like, like what, bro? How can you not control a ball? Sometimes it just goes off of him, like awkwardly. It just bounces off of him. But at the end of the day, this guy scores goals. I mean, and then this guy he scored 2 goals against PSG in France. I mean, guys, you guys forget that? Like, dude, like went over. He what you call it? He made.
Wait. Wasn't that the Buffon mistake?
What? How about
it was the Buffon mistake. I blame Buffon. That's not Lukaku.
The first goal. The first goal where he went around Buffon, and he scored at a tight angle. Remember that? And then he scored. Manchester United, I think we were down 2-0 or something like that, and he scored 2 goals to bring it. I guess Southampton. I mean, he has his moments. I mean, I do rank him. Like, I agree with you, HH. I do rank him with. I'll put him in that category with Kane, with that like good strikers, but not that elite strikers. I agree with you 100%. Would I take him over Kane? Yes, I will. I honestly will. I think Kane is the most overrated player to ever exist, in my opinion.
No. Wait. Let me just be clear here. I do respect Kane, and I think that you could say Lukaku and Kane are similar. The difference is I just think that Lukaku has a better football brain, and when he wants to, Lukaku can be more skillful than basically the goal that Lukaku scored today, the dribble that he did, Kane can't do that because Kane is like a tree. The guy's like a tree. So that's what I'm saying. But Said, go.
That's the thing though. Like and I feel like Lukaku can adapt. That's one thing I feel like people underestimate about Lukaku is that he can really adapt. Like this year he was playing up 2 up top with him and Martinez. He played in it as a solo striker in United. I mean, he's the reason why Ross Barkley even has a career. Let's be honest. And then I mean, I just feel like Lukaku. The race part has a huge factor in it, and the fact that he's not English, he really doesn't get the credit he deserves. But yeah, I mean, I rate Lukaku, and the thing is, how old is he now? Like 26 or something like that, 26, 27. So I mean, like if Mohamed Salah can improve, then any player can improve.
Okay. Let's ride with your boy Amham Lukaku. Speak to me, talk to me.
Yeah, so Lukaku is a good player, man. Like, I feel like Man United are just so dumb to really not utilize him in the right way. These guys had 84 points and came second.
81.
The season. Oh, 81 points, my bad. I mean, that was a good total. They should have improved on that. Where could they be if they actually had the bottle to just like not start throwing their toys around just because Man City got 100 points? Yeah, man, I think Lukaku is a very good player and one of the best strikers out at the moment. I think for me, I think this season he's really proved himself, and at least he has to be. I think top 5 strikers, definitely top 5 strikers around.
You're saying Lukaku is top 5 strikers in the world?
Whoa.
Yeah, I would say Lewandowski, Benzema, Mbappe, Lukaku and Ronaldo.
Where's Martial?
Ronaldo?
What the heck?
Tony
The
Martial
hell's a Martial?
came for
Tony
France.
is whack as hell.
English press said
Okay,
he had no chance.
easy. Let's
Come
talk
on,
this
guys.
chill. Okay,
Nah,
wait,
nah,
he's
nah,
just
nah.
start. Save us.
I mean,
Save us from.
Lukaku is an actual threat to
Save us
goal.
from.
Anthony Martial is just like,
I'm ham.
I
Chill,
don't
man.
know.
You finished Stodge. Lukaku, speak on it.
Yeah, Lukaku, like I've said before, this guy doesn't get enough praise. I don't know for what reason. I said earlier that he's a much better version of Haaland. They're very similar players, but the only difference is Lukaku has very good balance in terms of dribbling. For whatever reason, the guy can't control a ball, but he seems to know how to dribble. It's very odd. I've never seen it before. Like when he has to take a touch and hold up the ball, it's like a pass. It bounces off him. But when he starts running with the ball, he could just cut through players. I've seen him score. If I'm correct, I've seen him score a solo goal against Chelsea. This goal today, it's odd. And actually, this season, I'm going to give him credit. His touch has improved a lot. His hold up play is much better. And I think that Inter Milan can improve a lot when it comes to getting better service, because this dude, Lautaro Martinez, I mean, let me put it like this. Lautaro Martinez has a pass accuracy of 50%. This dude's partner can only get in the ball 50% of the time. The other 50%, he's passing it to the opponents. So, I mean, it's very tough for him. And I don't think there's... I think he's discredited a lot of times. I think what really ruined his reputation, I don't think it's actually the media or any racial aspect, because he did end up at United. I think the United fans absolutely destroyed this guy's reputation by calling him Tims. That's when all these nicknames started. And United are just a very odd team. They rate average players like Martial, who makes a bunch of faces on the pitch, who performs for like 3 months a season, and they diss Lukaku, who's a proven goal scorer. They praised this dude Rashford. I'll give him credit. You know, he somehow became a doctor. Great charity work, but he's not on the level of Lukaku. Look, in fact, I'm pretty sure Lukaku outscored both of them when he was at United, if I'm not mistaken. He gave them a better performance against PSG, even though Buffon made mistakes. But here's the thing: this is a good quote I've seen. Any goal a striker scores, even if it's a goalkeeper mistake, is actually a good goal, because that's the striker's job. It's the striker's job to be instinctive, to be in the right position and to score it. And he did his job. Lukaku's a top player. For me, he's been Inter Milan's best player this season. And he's going to improve. I feel like Conte, by getting better players than Lautaro Martinez, and hopefully they can they can be the third team to scam Barcelona, or the fourth team, I should say. He's going to do well. And this is how you know that United fans discredit Lukaku a lot, because they bought Lukaku for 70 million and they sold him for a similar amount. If this dude was such a flop, no team in the world would buy him for a similar amount. Because right now, Barcelona are trying to get rid of this player called Dembele, who's just always in the hospital. They're trying to sell him for 35 million and there's no buyers. So that shows that Lukaku was not that much of a flop.
He's a good player.
Okay, wait.
Leave United alone. Come on.
Wait. Before I come to Red Devil, guys, as we're going to be doing with every week, we're going to be voting for that dude of the Hangout and the bricks of the Hangout. So I'm pasting in the link in here for that dude of the Hangout. So please click the link and head in there to vote for who you feel should be that dude of the Hangout. And I'm going to put another link in there for who you think should be brick of the Hangout. So Red Devil Studio, Lukaku. It's easy. Let me go to Red Devil Studio. So Lukaku, speak on him. Red Devil, speak on him. Lukaku.
Yeah, no. Just going by seeing what Studge said. I mean, to be honest, I'm actually probably one of the few Manchester United fans that actually had no problem with Lukaku at Manchester United. If you obviously knew the purpose of Lukaku in the first place. Now, I disagreed with, ripping the top of number 9 of Martial and giving it to him. I think that's what probably caused the tension between Martial and Lukaku, and the whole circumstances there, and just Jose Mourinho and the whole mess. Like, there's a whole mess behind the scenes. But in terms of what Lukaku did and brought to Manchester United Football Club, that wasn't replaced. And at the end of the day, like, when people often, there was a lot of criticism that was given to Lukaku, not just from United fans, some other rival fans as well, because that Timberland stuff, a lot of that was actually coming from rival fans as well, more so. And a lot of that, actually, the common criticism was, but who does Lukaku score against? Lukaku only scores against small teams. Lukaku only scores against mid-table teams, etc., etc. And I actually said several times this season, like, well, what's going to happen is that because we haven't replaced him, and we didn't replace him, we are going to struggle to score against those teams. Lo and behold, fast forward into this season, what happened? We struggled to score. Yeah, okay, we performed against City, we performed against Chelsea, we performed against, the top teams. But against the smaller teams this season, we have struggled. Surprise, surprise, because Lukaku was the player that was actually giving us those goals. He was actually... yes, I don't think there's any doubt that his touch wasn't great. But the thing with Lukaku is that, you need to create chances for him. Like any proven striker, you need to create chances. And to put it another way, if Lukaku was playing when Bruno Fernandes was in this side, as well as a fit Paul Pogba, Lukaku would have been getting more goals. United were playing for most of that season without a creative attacking midfielder. You're relying on the likes of Lingard and Pereira to give him service. So the fact that he was able to get that service, to score those goals, is a testament to Lukaku, because frankly, he wasn't getting the service. He wasn't getting many good deliveries from out wide. He wasn't getting any stuff from behind him. He was just trying to sort of feed on scraps a lot of the time. So that's, for me, is why Lukaku failed United. I think now, if we brought Lukaku into this team, I think he'd actually perform a lot better. Now, obviously, and that's why at Inter Milan, when you've got a coach that actually believes in him, so I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did, because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has his own youth/British bias, hence the rise of Greenwood, Rashford, etc. I don't think Rashford is number 9. That's not his best position. He said that's not his best position. But Conte obviously believed in him, invested in him. He's got the support. It helps, obviously, Serie A, is, in quote, a slower league than the Premier League as well. His touch, as a lot of people said, has actually gotten better. I think his ball control has gone a lot better since he's been playing. Lautaro Martinez has been a help. I think that support striker does work. I think at Everton, actually, when he was at Everton, he had something similar. I can't remember who the guy was, but I did know for when he was at Everton. Was it Morales, wasn't it? Yeah. So I think that actually helps Lukaku when he has that support, as opposed to, again, at United, where he didn't really play with a support striker or anyone really. It was just go up top and try and sort something else out and bully defenders. So yeah, I think Lukaku just, in terms of like where you could probably get up to lower to upper tier 2, depending on obviously the players that Conte brings around him. I'm interested to see how obviously signing for Kimi coming into side, how that's going to sort of benefit him as well from that point of view. But yeah, onwards up to Lukaku. Like I said, I'm not one of those United fans that thought he was a Timberland flop or anything. I just think that we didn't have the players to support what he could do, and it's as simple as that.
Okay, well, guys, this has been a beautiful, beautiful discussion hangout. Tomorrow it all goes down. So, judging by what happens with Chelsea,
Easy.
you'll see or not see me have a post-match stream. Now, as we do every single week throughout, we're going to be doing voting for that dude of the hangout and the break of the hangout. So, for that dude of the hangout, let's just look at how the voting has gone so far. So for that dude of the hangouts, right there in the lead is your boy Stodge. So Stodge with 53% of the votes, Sean with 29% of the votes, and then all tied there is Samuel, Red Devil, and I'm Ham. If we just refresh that, yep, Stodge clearly wins that vote for that dude of the hangout. So Stodge, well done. The people love you. Now, break of the hangout.
It's entertainment.
He's the
Break
Neymar
of the
fan.
yeah. I think I'm Ham has now gotten his second award.
You win it every time.
So Sean, 18%. Sean had 18%. Jamal had a vote, but clearly in there 64%. I am Ham. So I'm Ham. Any words to say about your second successive break vote?
Nah, man, you guys are hating on me. Why are you guys hating on me? Just because Man United is trash.
Yo,
Man United is trash.
Okay. So you don't feel that you should be voted. So why do you think people voted you as the brick so overwhelmingly?
Hey, man, I'm just trying to live, and I told you I'm the advocate for the Brick Academy. I'm chilling here in Superior, enjoying my time, having a lemonade and shit. So I don't know what you guys want. Vote me in every single time.
Okay. Okay.
HH, can we vote for the brick of the live chat? Because I mean, I would have voted for Leaks, bro. Leaks actually,
Like, bro, I can't put
Leaks, definitely.
Leaks,
Leaks.
definitely.
names on a vote thing. But so I think people. So who is the brick of the live chat then?
Leaks, 100%. Leaks,
Leaks,
sports.
100%, bro.
Martin Rosario.
Leaks. What are you even doing in this live chat, Leaks? Okay, guys, look, man. Tomorrow is big. So, guys, remember, I will be going live on Twitch during the game. So, join me in the live watch on Twitch. I'll be doing my damnedest best to try and will the boys on, guys. It's huge. It's massive.
If Chelsea
And
loses, are you gonna cancel
he's
that
not
hangout?
easy. Red Devil on yes side. I swear to you, I double dare you guys to F this up for Chelsea. I double dare you guys to F this up for
If you
Chelsea.
guys don't get top
Make
four, man,
Make Red Devil and yes side.
you know what's coming, HH. If you
What?
guys don't get top four, if you guys are gonna get top four, you know what's coming, HH. You
Don't
know
cancel
what,
the hangout. Don't
you
not
don't
cancel the hangout.
you know what's coming.
Look, man, you wouldn't
Next week.
if Chelsea don't make stuff up, like, see, that's too embarrassing. Like, I can't show my face. Like, basically, you see from the stuff like that. So, and also, if they don't make top four, don't even turn for the FA Cup, guys. Peace out, stay true, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Sunday hangout from 11 p.m. Peace out, stay true. I'll see you guys. Peace.
Come on, United.
Become a patron member. Get access to my blog.
Easy.
Get access to exclusive videos.
Come on, United.
And also get access to the podcast, to the Saturday and the Sunday hangouts. Head over to patreon.com/Apple to gain all these goodies while also supporting your boy HH.